All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is my favorite part of the week. It is the time where I get to read all of the YouTube comments. And this week, we got some bangers. This week, we have some constructive criticism, some deconstructive criticism, some laughs, some niceties, and everything else in between. I picked a lot of comments. There are a lot of good ones. So if you guys want to be in these videos, I freaking love reading the comments, man. Leave a comment on YouTube video, you might get in. Occasionally, you'll take a Facebook post or a YouTube or Twitter or whatever, but YouTube comments are the safest way to go. And we're gonna start here with Savior Kupo, a member of my Discord, one of my biggest fans, I think. I just got 12th place at the Carta Magica Regionals with this exact list. This is for the Beelzemon deck profile I did. It is solid, it just takes some understanding of the capabilities Beelstar can bring you. Now, I'm going to give you the next 3 comments, and then I'm going to talk about it, okay? We have, these ratios are insanity, laughing emoji. We got strange list, and we got, I don't see how Beelstar is good in this deck. It's too slow to pop off and rookie rush the opponent, in my humble opinion. Someone responds, without going too long, short answers, it could be a 1 or 5 drop, could be a cost of the plays. And Kupo even comes in and says, you just did evolve onto it, and most decks can't just ignore it. The card's actually crazy. Alright. Okay. Now this is interesting. These comments aren't like direct hate comments. Sometimes I get just the the most hate in the world. Your deck profile is shit, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. What's interesting about these comments, first of all, is there's no constructive criticism. There's no feedback. Why are these ratios insane? Why is it a strange list? And why it's too slow to pop off and rookie rush the opponent? That gets a pass. Not a very good pass. That's like a you just didn't fail pass. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, okay? And I've been saying this for a while. First of all, if you're going to leave criticism, if you're going to say it's not good, tell me why. At least this guy tried. At least this guy tried. Or indeed suggest what you might do alternatively, or whatever. But that's just one thing. People will regularly dump on my deck profiles. I think every time I upload a deck profile, at least 3 people take a dump on it. They do. At least 3. Which brings me to the original comment. The dude got 12th place at regionals. Now, if my deck profiles were that shit, could someone take the deck list card for card and top a large Bandai event with it? I'm inclined to say no. And you want to know what's very interesting? Not all of them make into YouTube comments, but every time there's a major event... Sorry, almost every time there's a major event, someone will message me, or people will message me, or in this case, a YouTube comment, saying... Yo, I took your deck list, I left it the same, maybe I changed a couple of cards, but I topped regionals with it, or topped Ultimate Cup with it. You know what? Thanks, Mario. This was really helpful. Whatever. Something like that, right? And those can happen in private messages, whatever. Okay. So, these people here, with the ratios are insane, and the strange list, and the not seeing how it works, you don't see how it's good. Like, that's just such a bad argument. It's just so awful. Because obviously my decks are good, and these people don't get it. Here's what this comment reminds me of. I don't see how it is good in the deck. When I was in grade 4, my dad taught me algebra. You know the math of the letters? You gotta solve for the letter, A plus 4 equals 11. What is A? Well, A is 7, because 7 plus 4 equals 11. 4-year-old brain, Mario, was probably like, I don't see how this is supposed to work. But you know what I did? I made it work. I understood how it worked. I learned all about it. I did lots of homework, lots of equations, and I figured it out. These people who leave these comments don't do this. Most of the time, if not all the time, they don't even take the deck and sleeve it up and try it. They'll just leave the comments. How about, instead of leaving these comments, you try it? And you see what happens. You might learn something. And again, if someone can top with it, obviously the deck is fine. So That's all I got on that. That was 5 minutes of your day. Let's keep going here. We got Salt Levels Max. I bought so many pre-sales this time around. Thank you, Mario. I hate it. I hate it here so much. We got Journey 4514. Glad I got my quartz previously for 450. Thanks, Mr. Mario. Well, you're welcome. You see, watch market watches. You catch deals. You really, really do. You don't realize it until it's done, but you see the deals. You know. We got Ragna Best Deck. I really do hate it here. I don't like it. Dorugoromon 0518. Digimon Power Creep is 100% a thing in terms of entire decks being power creeped up by meta. However, it takes a lot longer for a deck to get removed from the meta, and generally a couple hits on the ban list, than it does in other card games. Individual cards, on the other hand, will almost always find new uses in new decks. I agree almost 100% with this. However, it takes a lot longer for a deck to get removed from the ban meta, is not always true. But besides that, that's perfect. I love these comments. These are the comments that get me excited, because people are taking time out of their day to type an informative comment. Like, they took the time out of their day to watch my video, and they took more time out of their day to type a very nice comment. Power creep does exist. Certain singles will push through, but sometimes your deck will just be obsoleted in the next set. And that's just card games. It really just is card games. It is. Or video games, too. Okay, here we go. Now, preface before I read this big long one here. When I uploaded my Chaos Gallantmon deck profile, I made no attempt at hiding the fact that I thought this deck is shit. I do believe Chaos Gallantmon cards are some of the worst cards in all of Digimon. Friggin' vanillas have more use than Chaos Gallantmon in some decks. So, let's go ahead and read the comment here. I don't know what bothers me the most. The fact that you keep downplaying Chaos Gallantmon, or that you run so many unnecessary tamers within the deck when you can just run a full Chaos Gallantmon, Megatron Gallantmon deck. You run 10 rookies and 8 champions. So chances of you bricking with a full hand of tamers or even level 6s are so high, it'd be no surprise if this deck you made specifically would screw you over. This deck profile feels like you half-assed it without even trying, and I can see why with just the title. Don't make the deck if you don't enjoy it. You give a bad rep to all the Chaos Gallantmon and Megadramon decks out there that take their time in making this deck. You know the Happy Gilmore, the scene when he like makes his speech and then the judge there gives that 30-second monologue, the meme about how everyone is dumber for listening to that? This is what this comment reminds me of. There's a lot to take in here, a lot to break down. So let's just start from the top. When I say Chaos Gallantmon is like the worst deck in Digimon, I'm half memeing. Because there are obviously worse decks. Like, I don't know, Machine Dramon. Or if you want something else, I don't know. Build a train deck. Good luck. So like, yes, it's supposed to be comedic. But some people do take it seriously, and I'm half serious about it, which I understand why. He says my 10 rookies and 8 champions, the chances of bricking with full hand are really high. My losses weren't actually due to bricks with this deck. Do you break the odd time? Yeah, but Mulligan kind of helps with that. My losses were because the rest of the meta is so much faster than what the Chaos Gallantmon deck can do. It just is. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's slow. That's part of the reason why the deck is so bad. Believe me, I had no problem drawing my lines. It just didn't matter sometimes. Digimon can be a turn 3, turn 4 game. Chaos Gallantmon needs more than 3 or 4 turns to win. It really does. He said why you don't just run a full Chaos Gallantmon Megatron Gallantmon deck. That's not as fun to me. It's just not. I kind of tried that, and it failed, believe it or not. Which is why it took so long to make the deck profile, until I landed what I landed on. The unnecessary tamers, the things like Alice, Matt, broken editions, they actually help. But this guy probably didn't even try them. Or maybe tried one or not the other, or didn't try them long enough. Going back to the original comments, people don't even try the decks. You know what I mean? Anyway, Going on to the don't make the deck if you don't enjoy it. Here's the thing about that comment. You ever have a job and like sometimes you get asked by your employer to do something you don't want to do, but you do it anyway because you don't want to be jobless. Real life example. I own a couple businesses. I have to do payroll every 2 weekends. Do you think I want to do payroll? Do you think I enjoy doing payroll? The answer is no. Newsflash. The answer is actually no. However, you kind of have to do some things sometimes because the job requires it. Now, am I saying Digimon content creation right now is a job? That's a different video for a different day. I'm not sure how to make it, but we're going to talk about that later on. But when someone on Twitch gifts you a shit ton of subs and says, you're building a Chaos Galamon deck, you know what I'm doing? I'm building a Chaos Galamon deck. Because at that point in time, it becomes a job requirement. And I'm not going to let my community down. I'm not going to take the sub money and just say, ha, fuck you, buddy. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. So, yes, all in all, I hate Chaos Galamon. I think it's shit. However, with the pile of cards, the 54 cards that I presented on YouTube, it was able to meet my testing rate of 69% win rate on the tier 1 decks of the EX4 meta. I would do more testing with decks, but you know, there's not enough big tournaments. Fuck me. And there's not enough locals that I can play in because I'm work 80 hours a week. It's just what it is. Again, I have deck lists that top regionals, Ultimate Cups, the like. Nationals even, like last year, or I guess February. It happens. You will not top a regionals with Chaos Galamon because it's that bad. And if you get really lucky and do it, kudos to you. You truly are one of the people of all time. But I can't do my job if I'm telling people, you take this deck, I made this deck, you bring it to regionals, you'll do well. Because I would just be lying. I don't believe in lying. But I do believe in giving my community what they want, which was a Chaos Galamon deck profile, and I put in the hours, and I made it work. So if you don't like that, there's a door somewhere where you are. There's that door. Like, you can go through it. Again, at least I can take a moment and acknowledge that he tried to give some criticism. He actually gave a level of analysis, which most comments don't have, by the way. But it's deconstructive criticism, because he doesn't give any suggestions on what could be put in instead. And he just says, shit. See what I mean, chat? YouTube? Oh my god. I'm in Twitch mode, because I only made this deck because of Twitch. It's crazy. Alright, we stand Chaos Galamon. If Chaos Galamon has a million fans, I am one of them. If it has one fan, I am that fan. If it has no fans, that means I'm dead. Win or lose, 0 mils or 50 mils. Good hand or bad hand, I will always love and support him, even if Mario stands against him. Team Deathslinger TCG. And then we got the follow-up comment here. I'm that mentally ill motherfucker running Max Verdi Chaos Galamon on my locals that mills himself to death in style. The Chaos Galamon deck is meant to be a fun time deck. It's not meant to be a serious sweaty deck. It just is what it is. Analog Wizard. Listen, Lord Farquaad. You can keep telling me Machine Dramon is awful, and I will still be keep winning my locals with it. Your words are useless chaff beneath Mugen Dramon's righteousness. Glory to the Metal Empire. And then the Lord Farquaad memes are on every video, every Twitch stream. Anywhere I go, there are Lord Farquaad memes now. It's because of my hair. It's because of my hair. It's because I'm freaking old Lord Farquaad hair up in here. But, yeah. I'm sorry. Machine Dramon is just not good. Like Chaos Galamon. I put them at the same tier. I really do. Next, we got Super Saiyan Dragon Slayer. Yeah, Destron level 5 with Digicross was delayed along with the Hypebird Saber Dramon to EX05 box toppers as explained in GTS. They were originally supposed to be BT13 box toppers, but got replaced with the Ace Wargame and Metal Greymon. Yeah, this is true. I'm glad someone verified it for me, and multiple comments did, by the way. It just sucks because by the time we get those promos, they're probably going to be unplayable, like or playable but not mattering to the overall course of the meta, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? Yeah, boy Poppy, we need some Don't Buy the Pre-Sales merch, and then we got a Don't Buy the Pre-Sales and it's a picture of this $10 common Huckmon behind it. I would buy that pre-sale. Every week I get this comment multiple times. Don't buy the pre-sales merch. Wouldn't it be funny if I did pre-sale merch for the don't buy the pre-sale merch? I think that would be something. I do. Oh boy, 0014. Great video, you are correct. I hate that shit. This is referring to like the $10 Huckmon pre-sale video. I also hate when people in my card shop pull a card and sell like someone for pre-sale price. Like, bro, it's gonna go down. Don't buy that shit. LOL. But hey, man, people will be like that, and that's just why I go into cases with friends and we build the decks we want to build. This build the rest makes my life easier. I used to do this with Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day when I was not as wealthy as I am right now. I use the term wealthy like I'm loaded. I'm really not. But you know, it's so that's great. That's a great comment. That makes me feel at home. That's really nice. I enjoy that. Hector Puente 34. Love the channel and the coverage of Digimon card game. Thank you. And finally, Ryzern. I've lost all faith in humanity now after seeing someone who buys pre-sales of commons for $10. Like, in no world would a normal common ever reach that price unless it was 20 years out of print, never reprinted, and also the most meta and 99% cards had it burned in a fire. I think he's referencing Vanity's Emptiness from Yu-Gi-Oh! When that card took off, it was only in Star Strike Blast as a common. It was a short print set, and it never got reprinted. So that was like a $4 common at one point, I think. And that's kind of crazy. So, yeah, $10 common pre-sales. I hope no one got them. But anyway, there you go. What do you guys think about this week's comment section? We went way over time this time, but there were a lot of good ones, and I wanted to get some in there. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I will see you later. Bye.